A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Those 27 words make up the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. This extremely valuable part of American culture and security has come under extreme scrutiny in recent years. One cannot first attack an idea unless he knows why it was implemented. Our founding fathers fought a vicious war against the strongest military in the world at the time. As one can assume, we won the war, though our forces were greatly underpowered compared to the British military. Why did we choose to fight this war? We chose to combat the British simply because the British government had become tyrannical over the American colonies. The American people tried everything within their power to fight the tyranny without resorting to force or violence. Their attempts failed. The British continued to usurp the people, and the people were fed up with it, so they delved into the American Revolutionary War. The war came to an end, and the United States of America was born and was free to govern itself. You may be thinking, but what does the war have to do with the Second Amendment? That's a good question. Many people in the media and many politicians either don't make the connection between the Revolutionary War and the Second Amendment, or they refuse to admit the connection. Many people are under the belief that the right to bear arms is for hunting. This could not be further from the truth, because back in 1791, when the Second Amendment was created, everyone had to be self-reliant or starve. This means people had to hunt or starve. People were given 50 acres of land for every person that they brought to the New World, so that these people may have sufficient areas to farm for themselves. Every man had to be a farmer, a hunter, a gatherer, etc. So, simply put, if you didn't hunt, you didn't eat a lot of the time. So if hunting isn't the main reason for the Second Amendment, then what is the reason? Well, to protect against tyranny. Look at the language that the Founding Fathers used. The security of a free state. A free state is one where its people are independent and free from tyranny. By allowing the people, called the militia, of a nation to have weapons of war, they may have enough might and strength to fight back against a tyrannical power. Make the government fear its people, not the other way around. But Tim, the patriots in the Revolutionary War used muskets to fight guys who had muskets. How could they possibly have guessed a few hundred years from then there would be machine guns and atomic bombs? Surely they didn't want people to have those massively destructive weapons. Military equivalency is the simple answer. The strongest military at the time had muskets and cannons. What weapons did the people of America have at the time? Muskets and cannons. The Americans just had less men and less weapons, which was their only disadvantage. Now look at today. The strongest military in the world has thousands of tanks, fighter jets, machine guns, artillery cannons, etc. What weapons do the American people have? We mostly have only semi-automatic weapons, which for semi-automatic weapons, every time you pull the trigger, only one bullet comes out, and you have to pull the trigger for a bullet to come out.
So let's blast something with it. Let's go over there on the red plate. As you can see, it hits hard. That's a heavy red plate.
Very, very few of us have machine guns, which every time you pull the trigger, bullets will continuously come out until it either jams or it runs out of ammo, or of course, until you let off the trigger.
You ever have one of those days where you just need an AR break? Well, that ran like a champ, didn't it?
And even less of us have tanks or artillery cannons. The people of today would not stand a chance if the government decided to go rogue and commit genocide on the American people. The only people that could possibly stand a fighting chance are the people who live on a compound somewhere off the grid making illegal machine guns, bombs, etc. in Kentucky or something. The Founding Fathers wanted the might of the people to be comparable to the might of the strongest military. Leftist politicians have ruined that dream for us. Okay, it makes sense that you would want to protect against tyranny, but what are the chances it would happen to the US, right? We're the land of the free. Tyranny is a disease that can infect any nation. North Korea, China, Russia, the Middle East, etc. It doesn't even have to be domestic tyranny. These foreign tyrannists may attack the U.S. In that instance, it would be the United States military's responsibility to vanquish the threat from domestic lands. However, it's the people's responsibility to protect their own homes and their own families. Bearing arms is not only good to stop governmental threats, both domestic and foreign, but guns are excellent to protect us and our families from each other. Rapists, murderers, etc., if they are not prepared, they'll all be shot easily, destroying the threat. Any way you cut it, the right to bear arms is a fundamental right and an important one. If you've not already, I recommend you buy a gun as soon as you can. The ATF has been acting funny lately, so you never know what they're gonna do next. Get training with that gun so you know how to use it. Shooting is both a very fun thing to do and a fairly cheap home security system. If you have children, teach them gun safety, and maybe let them run some rounds through a .22 long rifle, or let them get their own BB gun to practice safety with. If we head into dark times, you have to help the cause for light. Don't drag down the country then, because you never saw a reason for a gun now. Stay safe. Alright, if you like this one, you know what to do. Do the thing. You push the button. Yeah, okay. Good night. Bye-bye.